and happy Friday to everybody out there. Hey, a lot of you have been asking about, the VA and asking about when I'm going to do a video about the VA. So I'm going to shoot you some basics on the VA today, and this is just based on my own experience. Now, disclaimer, I'm not the subject matter expert on the VA, but there are plenty of folks out there who are. They're called Veteran Services Organizations, and for a complete directory of those, you can go to www.va.gov. I'm going to talk primarily about the DAV and the VFW because those are the two that I had experience with. But that doesn't signal my endorsement of them because there are many out there that can help you and are more than interested to do so. A couple of steps in filing your VA claim or submitting your application. In other words, an application is simply you notifying the VA that you tend to file a claim. So the first thing you do is you request your medical records from your local battalion aid station, regimental aid station, whatever you have, all right? Your aid station where they keep your medical records. Just submit a request for medical records. They should give it to you on a CD, and it's going to be probably a lot of files if you're an old guy or gal and you've been around for quite some time. I would recommend submitting a request for those 6 to 12 months out, probably closer to 12 months out, just so you can review those and make sure that all of your stuff from your entire career is in those medical records. Second step, contact one of those VSOs. Now, I contacted the DAV, and I also had several conversations with a fantastic lady from the VFW all the way out on the East Coast. So it's up to you. Please don't feel like you're trapped into one or another. It's whoever you feel the most comfortable with. Now, the third thing you do is you submit your application to the VA, letting them know that you intend to file a claim. Now, you can only submit this application once you're 180 days from your EAS. So the last day I have on active duty is September 30th, but with all of my terminal leave and my permissive TAD or TDY, I'm leaving 5 June. I still can't file my claim until 30 March because my end of active service is 30 September. So you can file your claim one of 3 ways. The first way is you fill out a DA form 21 Tack 22, and that's basically a power of attorney that allows one of those VSOs to submit that claim on your behalf. And they'll submit your claim for you after they sit down and meet with you and get your medical records from you and so on and so forth. Now, the second way you can submit a claim is to literally mail it in by snail mail. Now, because this isn't 1982, I didn't opt for that one at all because it seems much too slow. Now, the third way that you can submit, and the way that I submitted, is by uploading all of your documentation onto eBenefits. I will caution you, if you choose this approach, please make sure you're talking to a VSO rep so they can give you advice on how to do that. Now, once you submit your claim to the VA, however you submit it, what's going to happen is you're going to be contacted a couple of weeks later by a contractor who works for the VA. Now, the contractor that contacted me is a company called VES, Victor Echo Sierra, and they contacted me and they started setting appointments up for me. Now, because of the current COVID crisis, my first appointment is going to be virtual, so it's going to be via the telephone. So that's in a nutshell, the 3 ways that you can file your VA claim. Now, there are 3 main forms that you have to fill out. The number 1 form that everybody has to fill out is the VA form 21 Tack 526 Echo Zulu, EZ, all right? The 526 EZ form. Everybody fills that out and it lists all of the things that you're claiming. The second form is if you have dependents. If you have dependents, you're going to fill out the VA form 21 Tack 686 Charlie. And finally, the third form, if you're going to allow VSO to submit on your behalf, is the VA form 21 Tack 22. Now, where do you find all these forms? Easy. Go to eBenefits. A lot of stuff when you're dealing with the VA is on eBenefits, and that's simply www.ebenefits.va.gov. You can log on with your CAC if you're active military, or you can set up a DS log on, which I hope all of you do, because one day you're not going to have a CAC anymore after you retire or get out. So that's a down and dirty about how the VA works. Hey, please comment below if you've had other experiences with the VA and share with us what those were. And hey, I hope this helped you out, and I'll talk to you around the bend.